What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got news. We've got news about Disney Lorcana. We've got news about Arcasia's Island, which is the next set. And then we've got news about the next set, Reign of Jafar. Not much news, honestly. But then we've got the news about the next set, and that is very interesting because Fabled, well, that is something we haven't seen before. It is coming Q3 2025, and it seems to be a set which is very much built around old school Disney. I am making this up purely from the one promotional image we have, which is obviously with Mickey and Minnie Mouse, but it's also, it's on an old-timey kind of your merry-go-round with your horses, your carousel. So that and you know, you even look at the colours and the design, it looks old school. And it features Mickey and Minnie, who are very old school characters, although that horse looks a lot like the horse from Tangled now, doesn't it? And I'm just telling you, this looks like a fairy tale kind of Lorcana set. Maybe old school, maybe more, well, fairy tale focused set. And yes, Tangled is, of course, based on the, you know, Rapunzel story, which is a very old school fable, fairy tale. Is that Maximus? The horse in the middle looks a bit Maximus-y to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling it. Whether it is or not, I just think it looks enough like it that I can mention it. And just like when Disney Lorcana revealed Reign of Jafar and Arcasia's Island, we don't have all the information here. We don't have a huge look at it. We know it's coming in Q3, and we know that we've got Mickey and Minnie being featured, and we've got, like I say, an old school design with a carousel, and it looks very much like an old school poster, which I believe has got to be deliberate. So we've got a bit of an old school set here coming in Q3 2025, which I don't think we really needed to be told here. Let's be honest with you. We all kind of knew what the deal was. You know, Disney Lorcana's not going anywhere. It is a fantastically popular game, which is doing brilliantly and crushing. And I think I've been pretty clear on this channel and in my casting about how much I adore Disney Lorcana. But there is something to be said for having the next 3 sets all lined up and ready to go. There are plenty of TCGs right now that would love to have the next 3 sets revealed to give peace of mind that the next 3 sets are coming, and we don't have that for some sets out there, some games out there. For Lorcana, we absolutely do, and this is super duper exciting. So outside of Fable then, what were we shown? Well, when it comes to Reign of Jafar, we were really just shown this poster, which is the same key art we saw before. It's cool, but it's not really giving us much more. But we were shown the booster box and booster packs for Arcasia's Island. Now, having Bolt on there, yeah, obviously that's cool. But this is, again, something we saw previously. We knew that we were getting Bolt because that was the main promo image that we saw for Arcasia's Island when it was revealed at the European Championships. I know, I was there. But now we've also got packs featuring Mirabelle from Encanto and the Mad Hatter. So that confirms that those properties will be featured in some way, shape or form in this expansion. We know we're getting more Encanto. We know we're getting Alice in Wonderland. That's pretty cool. You can also spy Belle and Iago on the front of the box there. So again, we know that those characters will be featured. But more than that, we've also got the theme decks. That's right. We have 2 theme decks, and one of them is featuring Jafar and Iago with Amethyst and Steel, and this is super interesting to me because, of course, we know this is set 7, and set 8 is Reign of Jafar. This is not the Jafar set. The next set is the Jafar set. But this is really interesting because blatantly what's happening is Arcasia's Island is using this to set up Reign of Jafar. So I really love that we've got this starter deck here with Jafar and Iago, essentially setting us up for what is going to be the next set, Reign of Jafar. What's the other one? Well, and I should say actually that is a Amethyst Steel deck, if anybody's interested. Really nice colour pairing that I'm rather fond of. The other one we've got here features Belle and Beast, and what we've got is Ruby Sapphire, one of the best ink combinations we've seen in the game. One thing that's really important here, they're not mixing properties in the theme decks here, the starter decks. We've got Belle and Beast, and we've got Iago and Jafar. They're not actually mixing properties like they used to. They're just essentially picking one Disney property and giving them a theme deck, which I think is a better way to do it. And I think this is frankly rather lovely. Big fan. We have seen a lovely promotional image here, which is, all of the stuff. I shout out to techraptor.net for sharing this one. And this does show the previously revealed playmats and sleeves and deck boxes, which we saw at Euros, along with your starter decks, your booster box, and we've got the trove there as well. Nobody should be weirded out or surprised by the fact that we're getting a trove. Obviously, we're getting a trove, but that doesn't mean it's not nice to see the trove. I like the trove, and apparently I like saying the word trove quite a lot as well. I think Arcasia's Island is shaping up to be a set which is frankly very, very exciting. And I do just want to go back to the booster box picture here, and actually this is a great time to give it a gigantic shout out to the lovely Ed Templar. He is of course one of our casting buddies over on the European team, who is at the London Toy Fair. I chose not to go this year because I've just been at Pokemon Regionals last weekend. I'm going to MegaCon next weekend. I need to be home at some point. But Ed is our man on the ground who has taken these pictures and sent them to us to use in the video. So massive shout out to Ed Templar for just being, an exemplary person and being awesome. But if we have a little bit of a look, we've got one image here showing an open, empty, single-player deck box. And you can see a big image there of an owl. Now, I'm not saying this owl is Arcasia, but I am saying that Arcasia has the island, and that this seems like a pretty prominent character, and this might be a really good time to go and have a look at a little bit of flavor text. Specifically, Basil hypnotized mouse that came around in the previous set. What does the flavor text say? Footprints from a large owl with droplets of water. Clearly some avian menace has crossed the Azurite Sea and absconded with the crown. Oh, look. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, come on. That does seem to be pretty gosh darn clear at this stage now, doesn't it? And don't forget Basil's magnifying glass, which does have the flavor text, I say, a piece of the Hexwell crown, which of course seems to be what Jafar is going to have in Reign of Jafar and all of that. So it seems like clues are being left in the flavor text. As you might imagine, we know this is the kind of thing that Disney Lorcana likes to do. So it seems like the owl is Arcasia. It is their island. And then we're going to have to figure out what's going on from there. Arcasia's Island, we are now starting to get a lot of information. The booster box tells us about Encanto and Alice in Wonderland. The starter decks tell us we're going for Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast as well. And we've got quite a lot there. Reign of Jafar, still nothing. We have the image of Jafar with what appears to be the Hexwell crown. And we know it's obviously a Jafar-focused set. But that's kind of all we have for the time being. And then Fabled, the next set, set number 9, we don't have a huge amount of information. But what we do have here is a promo image which basically tells us old school fairy tales, and we're probably going to get some early Disney nods in here as well. Could we get more Oswald in this set? Not saying we will, but I am saying it is absolutely in the realm of possibility. So there we go. That's what we know for now. One more shout out to Ed Templar for the images and being awesome. And that's what we've got until I can come back and tell you some more. So now it's over to you guys. What do you think about Arcasia's Island now that we're learning more about it? What do you think about Fabled? Do you have any predictions that you'd like to share? Let me know in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Disney Lorcana and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.